See, wanna see?
Ron, can you see me?
Yeah, and I can see you. I can hear you all right. You need to switch your video camera on.
We see, right here. This is a video.
Okay.
Front
All
camera.
right.
And right there.
Can you see me
There you go.
now?
Yeah, I can see
All
you.
right.
Can you see me?
Hey, I have my friend from Bulgaria is here.
Oh yeah, we know.
Yeah.
Hi,
You know Ron? You know him?
Where are you from?
India.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Huh.
He's a pro strongman.
Okay, he looks it.
Yeah, he is. It's one of the best overhead pressers in the world.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Barbell presses.
Well, it's the strongman. They use the
The log
axle
press.
or
Look,
the
Axel, yeah.
axle or the log.
All right. Yeah. Okay. I have no first-hand experience with seeing that, but yeah, I'll take it sometime in my life, I guess. All right. So, shall we get
Did
started
you
with your
pull?
questions?
Did you pull 370 yet?
I have no access to barbell set yet. My gym opens, and I'll get on to it soon.
Oh, all right.
Right? And I'll get it. I'll get it.
Okay. Well, I think you have 400 in you.
I'll get it.
Mhm.
Yeah. One of my training goals is to make you proud.
Good.
Talking of which, what are your training goals? You probably are the only person I know who's training to get weaker.
Well, that's the plan. You have to deload after you load all these years. You have to deload. You don't just jump off the wagon. You know?
So seriously, what exactly are you training for? Are you training for anything specific?
No, I'm just training to have fun. I'm on my same powerlifting schedule. I just don't do the weights I used to do.
All right.
You know?
If you're just having fun, would you be open to exploring new things, something you haven't done before, or you would stick to what
Yeah, the
you...
one thing I'd like to do is drop my weight down, but I can't seem to do it.
Okay. And how do you see this? You're pursuing fat loss as a personal goal. How would you tweak your training, or both your diet as well as training?
Well, my diet is the main thing. I have not been disciplined enough to eat properly.
Mm-hmm.
So it's my fault. I just don't want to do it. I'm stubborn because I love being big, but I know I can train more if I'm leaner. I'll have a higher work capacity.
Okay.
So I'm going to do it eventually.
Okay. Now, assuming you cut your diet down and you are in a fat loss program, how do you tweak your barbell training?
I'll do the same stuff. I just won't expect as much weights to be lifted.
Okay. You would go
I'll
down
train the
in,
exact same.
would you increase density, volume, that kind of thing?
I'll increase volume. Intensity doesn't really. I don't really care about that.
Okay. So if you
I'm
have...
not competing anymore, so intensity doesn't matter.
Yeah. So if you're training with barbells and you say you want to get into fat loss or hypertrophy, around what percentage of your sort of 1 rep max would you be training at, increasing your volume there? A range maybe.
Probably 50 to 70%.
50 to 70%.
Yeah.
Talking of percentage of training intensity, Louis Simmons, I think, says that his lifters get to train at near 100% year-round just because he keeps shifting the exercises. Do you actually do the same kind of thing, or you believe that it's okay only for those who follow that particular school of lifting?
Well, I was originally taught by Louis Simmons, so I followed the Westside program my whole career. To this day, I do 2 max effort, 2 speed days. But I was creative enough to come up with rotations to his suggestions that work for me. So I'm never bored. I'm always rotating exercises. You were here. You did that one. You did not like the squats we did. Not many people do. Remember, they weren't your favorites, were they?
Which ones?
The squats you did
Oh,
when
the
you were
safety
here.
squat bar squats where they sucked. They just sucked. But
I
I got
know.
a safety
That's why I
squat
like
bar
them.
here. At my gym, we'll be doing safety squat bars.
You are?
Yeah, absolutely. How could I
Okay,
not?
good.
All right. Now, when you're talking about the Westside template, would you say that the Westside template could be scaled down to almost anybody who wants to get stronger, or would you say it's only for those who are interested in powerlifting as a sport?
Well, it depends on the individual how you accept things. So having a plan for the most part is the best way to go. You have to have a plan. And if you're going to say, I'm just going to do West Side, or I'm just going to, you know, the West Side principles are for strong people, not necessarily barbell weight strong, but just generally strong people in general, from in any sport, from a track athlete to a swimmer to a thrower, so you have to come to the table kind of strong for West Side to work. You can't just, never have touched a weight before, and I'm going to do West Side. This is
Right.
You have to already have been training and have some type of foundation before, and been, good at it before you even can even comprehend West Side training.
Right. Okay. For regular folk who just want to come into the gym to get fitter, who can't spend 2 hours every training day, what would you recommend if they just want to get stronger? Obviously, the West Side template is out for them.
It's not out, but they, like, say CrossFit, for instance. CrossFit's a good example. They do a lot of general preparedness, general physical preparedness, GPP work. So, but they need to put the main lifts in there also. So you might not be using weight releasers or, very heavy band tension and heavy chains. But what if the person for general fitness that comes in for 45 minutes and 3 times a week set the bar up and, with the chain on there, and they did, sets of 8, sets of 10, went on to GPP work, and rotated. They're following West Side principles, but they're just not doing, full-fledged powerlifting, West Side powerlifting principles,
Yeah.
So they're following the same concept, but it's scaled down for them to benefit.
Okay.
You follow me?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
So, are you trying to bring a powerlifting angle into CrossFit? Are you getting into that stream of fitness?
Well, not just me, but lots of people are doing that because CrossFitters like powerlifting and they like Olympic lifting too. But in America, powerlifting reigns king. So they seek people out like myself and others, and Laura Phelps and Louis Simmons, of course, and they AJ Roberts, and they learn from powerlifting from us. So, and then they go off on their own and do it.
Right. Okay. Do you ever use the barbell hip thrust? I never saw you doing it or having to do it.
No, I don't.
No? Okay.
No, sir.
Any specific reason? It's just that you didn't get to use it much.
I have pretty strong hips. I have two all-time world record squats in my late 40s.
We heard about that sometime.
I don't have weak hips isn't my problem. Plus, I'm a huge kettlebell guy.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Talking of
I don't
kettlebells,
never
how
had
have kettlebells
weak
helped you?
hips.
Sorry? Yeah, you never had weak hips.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. So how have kettlebells helped your training?
Kettlebells fill in the gap. They bring an element of freshness to a routine, so it never gets stale. So when I'm using barbells all the time and pulling sleds and stuff, when I bought kettlebells in, I was building muscle that you cannot get to when you're using momentum on the swings and stuff. It just builds muscles in your shoulders and in your hips and in your glutes and stuff.
Even in a guy like you.
You're not. Yeah, I mean, I've gained like 20 pounds when I first started doing them, and I did 2 days a week, nothing but kettlebells, no barbells at all. I spent 2 hours doing nothing but kettlebell. I was logging like 200 to 400 reps. I mean, I loved them. So, but I ended up herniating my wrist after a couple years of it, and so I had to integrate them in with my training at that point.
Okay.
But I guess something I'd like to do again when I drop my weight down.
Okay. Would you kind of accept the argument that heavy kettlebell training can actually substitute for the speed day in the Westside model? Instead of doing speed deadlifts,
we had this. I didn't hear you.
Instead of doing banded deadlifts on speed day, you do heavy swings instead.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
But are you asking me if that's a good alternative?
Exactly. Would that be a substitute for speed day?
I agree 100%.
Awesome.
Most definitely.
Okay.
I mean, my deadlift was never better when I did nothing but kettlebells, and I never even did a deadlift. I pulled the highest weight I ever pulled.
Yeah,
So
you told me that. That's awesome.
yeah.
That's awesome to hear.
So I most definitely, but again, it's for somebody who's already strong.
Right. Totally.
I think a regular person is going to benefit from anything they do at first, right?
Absolutely.
Like if they're just medically correct walking into your fitness facility, they're going to benefit from anything they do for the first 5 weeks. I mean, they're going to benefit from just bending down and picking up a plate. So but as you get to be experienced and you become a serious at these things, like you got certified in kettlebells, you learned from Pavel. That was some serious stuff.
Yeah.
You just don't walk off the street and do that kind of thing, right?
Absolutely.
It was challenging.
It was very challenging. Yeah.
So you've got to have your mind right. You've got to be physically and mentally prepared, and then you go get your kettlebell certification. So I just you just can't take those things lightly.
Totally.
I mean, it's one of the hardest things you'll do.